What's going on, everyone? In this video, we're going to be talking about day trading for a living. This is a question that gets tossed around social media a ton. I get this in my emails almost weekly by people asking, how much money does it take to get started day trading? Can I do this full time? What is the realistic expectation? This, that, and the other. The first things I'm going to tell you is that the simple answer is yes. There's many retail traders who trade on a day in and day out basis full time for their current and full-time income. It's 100% possible. Now, the one thing that kind of gets in the way and gets a little bit cloudy is that how much money it actually takes to be a full-time day trader, right? So for example, there's a few instances, right? There's a few trades, there's a few kind of cracks in the concrete where you can put up, let's say, $500,000 on one particular trade. It just happens to go in your direction. It's just a full-on trend, or it's a breakout, or you're shorting a stock that's been running for 3 days and then it comes crumbling down and you make a ton of money. Now, that is a situation that does not happen each and every single day, right? So for example, I've talked to students of mine and evolution traders, and sometimes maybe they played earnings, right? And the stock runs 20 or 30 points after hours. They were in the right move, which means that they were on the right side of the trade. They take, a $500 options bet into, $2,000 or $3,000. They try to do it again and completely blow their accounts. There's other instances where people look for small cap stocks, or some of these stocks that get pumped, for 1 week at a time or a few days at a time, and then they just start shorting the tops and catching that downfall. But I have also seen that, yes, even though sometimes anything that goes up must come down, sometimes it doesn't come down all the way and then has one last pop and you get stopped out and you start blowing your account. There's other traders who just try to come into the market and make 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 trades, thinking that there's some kind of professional Wall Street trader and just making absurd amounts of trades that make absolutely no sense, with no bias, with no technical analysis behind it. How many times have you got into a trade, let's say short, you get into that trade, it starts to pop and it goes against you, you stop out and you think that well, maybe it's time to go long, and then you buy long and the stock comes right back down, and then you tell yourself, well, let me go ahead and go short, I was originally right, and then it goes back up and completely blows you out. You need to first things first is you need to understand how much money do you actually have to trade with. 2, do you have a trading strategy? 3, does your system have rules and processes in place that are going to allow you to be able to be in this game and keep the lights on for a long period of time? Now, what that means is that if you want to start off day trading with, let's say, something like $1,000, more than likely you are not going to be able to quit your job and do this full time and make a full-time income off of trading $1,000. That situation might be different for someone who's trading, let's say, $100,000 or $200,000 or even $25,000, right? Depending on how much personal income you need to actually sustain your life in your current lifestyle and what lifestyle you're going for. So with that being the case, I would say, even though you maybe have a small account of $500, $1,000, $2,000, $5,000, I would definitely get yourself in the market and start trying to understand your system, your emotions, your strategy, and start back testing your trades, start journaling your trades. All of these things are very boring. All of these things are not flashy. They're not exciting, but they're all the things that you need to do to be able to understand how you're going to be able to leave that 9 to 5 or add that supplemental income through trading. So the first thing that I would say focus on is find the right mentor, find the right community, find the right book, find the right strategy that you are going to use on a day in and day out basis, and then start taking those trades with very small risk. I'll use $1,000 account size as an example. If you have $1,000 account size, I would start off by trading options in a cash account so you can get away from the PDT rule, meaning that you can take more than 3 day trades in a week without getting a strike from your brokerage, right? So start off trading options, but trade options that you can afford, and options where you're not going to get blown out in 1 or 2 trades. I would trade things like the SPY ETF, the Triple Qs ETF. If you want to get a little bit involved with some of the bigger stocks, I would stay away from things like Tesla. I would stay away from things like Nvidia. But if you still want to trade the semiconductors, trade AMD. If you still want to trade big tech, trade Apple. You can buy these contracts for anywhere between $70 and $150 for weekly expirations, which means that you would have to lose essentially 7 or 8 trades in a row to completely blow out your $1,000 account. So the odds of you losing 7 trades in a row are pretty slim, based on the fact that trading is a probability based business. I can close my eyes, click buy, or close my eyes and click sell, and I'm probably going to win 50% of the time. It's how you manage that trade once you're already in it, and what does your trading strategy say or system say to do as far as taking profits or setting stop losses. The major thing that you need to focus on is how much money am I risking on this trade? If you're buying one options contracts of the triple Qs or the SPY ETF, maybe that contract costs you $150. How much are you willing to risk on that $150? It cannot be 100%. It's got to be maybe something like 40 bucks, maybe something like 50 bucks max pain, right? So if that contract goes against you and your trading strategy is telling you that you need to get out of the trade, maybe you lose $50 on that one particular trade. There's no harm, no foul. You can come back into the market later or tomorrow, find another setup that potentially could run $100, $150, and you have to keep repeating this process over and over and over. A lot of newer traders think that any one particular trading strategy is going to work 100% of the time. That if you are going to be a good trader, you're never going to lose, or your strategy is never going to lose, or the first trade that you take, you lose. You think that it's no good and you go looking for another strategy. Stop strategy hopping and just stick to one system in one place. I would recommend anywhere between a body of work of 20 and 40 trades with the same entry, the same setup, the same strategy. Then once those 20 or 30 or 40 block trades are done, then go through and analyze what exactly it is that you did wrong, what exactly it is that you did right, what worked, what time of day, what ticker was it, and then from there start honing in on those specifics so you can become a more profitable trader. But definitely being able to trade full-time is 100% possible. All you have to do is stick to the game plan. You do have to have money. You do need to be able to stick to a system and be disciplined. If you are looking for a strategy, if you are looking for information, if you want to trade with a community, if maybe you need a coach, make sure to join evolutiontraders.com or join my Discord. All of those links are down in the description box below. I will be happy to help you guys out, get you guys started, give you guys my knowledge. I've been trading for 8 years, just about 6.5 years full time. So I definitely have a lot of do's and don'ts to do that can definitely slice that learning curve in half. If you would like to trade with myself, make sure to visit those links down in the description box below, and I will see you guys all in the next video.